himself. Again, I find it very interesting. Corki pick, you know, this makes sense. This is a very good priority pick. You can get that Hull Breaker, the Corki package, and the late game scaling. This champion has it all, so it makes sense that these teams pick him up as first.
Yeah, the Corki coming in here for Leviatán is a safe option, whereas Nova, I can only imagine wanting to go for the jungler now, you know, a little bit earlier. Yeah, probably the Lucian as well, you know, very common response to that. The Yuumi first pick.
Oh, I found that interesting, Brandon. This is gonna be a hyper carry composition potentially because they do pick the Yuumi. There's a lot of picks open though, like the Thresh, like the Rakan, right? These are champions that can shut down a Yuumi, so it's interesting to see Nova actually picking Yuumi first.
I'm just so like engrossed by the AR with the Yuumi. It genuinely looks cute in on the AR, but I do not like playing with.
She's not cute. I would beat her up. I would not want you. I'm joking. She's so cute.
Else.
I would probably not be able to do that because she would attach to someone, and someone that she's going to be attaching to is indeed going to be that Lucian. I am actually expecting. Yeah, right. I picked it up pretty well. So remake, it's probably going to be Lucian on remake.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting a mid lane Lucian right there because Yuumi Lucian is an incredible combo to have. It's an incredible hyper carry combo. There it is, the set. This could be going on Billy in the support role, or this could be going on Androck in the Baron lane role. You won't know. Ooh, and that's a Riven.
And the Riven's still one of those champions that can still flex in the jungle, so potentially, you know, Leviatán are still leaving things up right now, not trying to commit too much. Nova have to work around that.
I'm honestly just interested what kind of jungler Nova picks. So actually, Nova decides to go for the Renekton. You know, it feels like they know Leviatán goes for those tanks. Renekton does really well into the tanks. He wins the early game against them and he can snowball his lane. So I don't think it's going to be a Riven in the Baron lane. I just don't think this is Androck's playstyle. So let's see what they pick. Let's see what gets banned out. But as I said, I'm super interested to see what Nova actually plays in the jungle.
The champion pool is shrinking quite a decent amount.
Fizz is actually a champion Lumesh loves to play. Interesting how Nova done their homework. They've done their homework. Yeah,
of course.
They are really respecting Leviatán right there. You can clearly see it because they actually ban out of Fizz, and there it is, the Echo ban. They don't want Leviatán doesn't want to see long on Echo.
Are Leviatán really gonna spend all 5 bans on the jungle?
They could. They actually could. Are they really just gonna ban out every single one in the jungle? But I'm sure Long is still gonna have a different champion that he can pick. Like, that's the beauty of him.
You can still play something like the Xin Zhao, something like the Jarvan, whatever you want to try and go for.
As well.
Wukong
so
as well.
many. Yeah.
If you want to hypercarry, play the Fiora. But point being, Leviatán, they are really driving Nova into a corner now. Nova, while the options may be more limited, they still have a deep champion pool.
Are they gonna do it? Is Leviatán gonna do it? I mean, what else can they ban? Wukong, I guess. The only one that I can think of that they could potentially ban is the Wukong, but you still leave open a lot of junglers that Long can play. You can't ban out that's another jungler, but it's a Rankar ban.
A little bit surprising. We've seen the WRL play Rengar a couple of times, especially when the top jungle picks were removed. But in general, Rengar hasn't seemed to be as popular, but Leviatán will commit to the jungle pool ban.
There's still so many different junglers open. I just don't quite get this draft by Leviatán. It's hard for me to say because I'm the analyst caster, but I don't get it. I seriously don't get it because we just talked about it. Long plays everything. You can't ban out anything against him. Kha'Zix is open. Camille is open, as you can see. There's just so many different champions open, and now he gets the Camille in the jungle, which is a great champion. And that is actually his 6th unique champion. Long has played 6 games, and he's picked in every single game. He picked a different champion.
I'll tell you what, House. I think the best way we can go into this game with is say, Leviatán have decided there's one way we win this game, and that's if we take away every comfortable champion Long has ever played, and we force him on his 6th unique champion, and we try to win the game from that.
Exactly. So let's see how good Long is on his 6th unique champion, right? Like, let's see how good he is on yet another champion. So that's a cinched pick. You talked about it earlier from another team.
Yeah, with Coyote, that's something they'd like to try and go for. Works very well when you have a lot of melee options, but against range options, it's very difficult, right?
Definitely. Fiora got changed. She does so incredibly well against melee champions, but she struggles against ranged. Talking about ranged, I'm expecting a ranged pick from Nova right there. A ranged pick that deals massive damage like the Morgana, I guess. I was gonna say Orianna. Morgana does somewhat similar things. And yes, this is the pick Nova needed. They need that range. They need that late game teamfight utility with the slows, with the Liandries, with the anti-healing. This is how Nova can win the game against Leviatán.
I mean, when you have the Black Shield as well, it just makes it so difficult to hold down the Lucian, right? There's no way that you're going to be able to find the set coming in, the Facebreaker. There's no way you're going to get the flip off.
It is the mid lane Lucian, however. That I don't like, because when we see mid lane Lucians, we see them go for the hole breakers, the black cleavers, you know, the tankier type of build.
Side lane off somewhere else.
Exactly, and that's not what you want to be pairing up with a Yuumi. So even though Nova is playing that Lucian in the mid lane, I do want to see them actually go for a full damage Lucian this game.
So hopefully Nova make that adaptation, especially since we
Generally struggles into that.
Well, game one coming into this one, we need to see if Leviathan have a game plan to shut down the Lucian, shut down Nova. They've already gone into picks and bans saying Long is our biggest issue, we need to deal with that. They've taken 5 bans to remove away Long's champion pool.
Oh, I would have actually loved to see Lumesh skill his third ability there and just instantly flash on 9, but I can't even talk. There's a fight.
Leviathan with amazing preparation against Nova will know the game plan starting this one off. Go into the jungle and take the flash away from Long.
Amazing start. Andy is invading the jungle during the perfect moment. Oh, this is the aggression Leviathan needs. And I mean, look at this. They're in the middle of the jungle of Nova right now. And I feel Nova cannot do much about it.
Yeah, Nova can watch the red buff is going to start whittling away, but Lumesh nearby draws attention away from Nian. You see Long once again being pulled away. The Ignite comes through. Androck and the rest of Leviathan take away the red buff, and you can only see Hisa take his time walking over.
Wow, Leviathan with a perfect invade right there. Nova could not do anything. Just such beautiful, beautiful play by Leviathan right now. Early game aggression, making sure they're already taking away farm from Long. They understand that Long is the guy they need to go on, right? Like, they understand this is the one guy that cannot get fed in the game, and they just took his red buff. So he's not going to be able to do as much damage in this early game right now.
I'll tell you what, Hells, what they have done is definitely poked the sleeping tiger, right? Like, this is Long. Long just wanted to have a chill early game, you know, do his thing, pick up some golden EXP, and Leviathan said, yeah, none of that. We're going to go into your jungle. We're going to fight you. Poking the tiger with the stick. We'll have to see if Long is able to turn that one around, give some revenge in this game.
And Grandin, I actually want to quote a different jungler right here, which is Andres Set from Queso.
Sure.
I asked him a question once. You know, everyone focuses you. How do you deal with it? He says, I got used to it. I know. It's just, you know, it's just another day in the office for me. I feel Long has to adapt to that as well. I feel Long has to understand as well, hey, I am the star player. Everyone is going to be focusing me. I have to be able to deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely, right? And especially as we keep moving into the competition, that's the way things are going to be. Long tries to find his revenge at the bottom side. Remember, Billy, when you used your flash to get a kill at the top side, try to get a kill at the top side. This time, no flash. First blood over the Nova.
There you go, and he does do it. Nova sitting on a lead of 1,000 gold, even though Leviathan pulled off that very, very nice invade. Long was able to get a gank, and now it's actually Long that's ahead in gold.
Well, Long gets his revenge. He gets the last laugh in the end, right? You saw Billy go over, use his flash in the top side, trying to go into the jungle, trying to get a pull onto the Camille. Well, Long finally gets it on his end.
Oh, easy. Not falling for the bait from Androck right there. But yeah, Long is Long is taking his jungle right now, and it's him being ahead, even though he got invaded on. Like, you can just clearly see how good these players are. Like, everyone was focusing Long. The entire draft banned out his champion pool. Leviathan invaded his jungle, but yet he's still 300 gold ahead, and he was the one that got first blood for his team.
Very quickly, very rapidly find their way back into the game. Now we see Yami in the top side.
Interesting. Interesting that Yami on that Yuumi would rotate to the top side. I don't think he can do much as a Yuumi. It's not like he's playing it's not like he's playing Rakan, Leona, or Alistar. These are champions that can gank very well. He's playing Yuumi.
Yeah, definitely something different. You don't have that hard engage. Issa as well, going to have a difficult time trying to hold the Fiora down.
I'm just curious to see what the hell 9 is going to build on that Lucian, because I keep thinking about who's Yuumi going to attach on in the late game, because Yeezy on the Renekton, sure, he's going to be tanky, but it's not going to do that much damage. Long on that Camille, you know, it can happen, but again, it's not the type of champion you want to have with a Yuumi. And then 9 on the Lucian, that's the one champion, but yeah, he is actually going for the Hull Breaker.
Yeah, Nian is looking for the Hull Breaker now, and judging for the way things are going to go, should be able to find it quite soon. Andy comes in with a beautiful stun, locking down Issa. Issa's going to have to get back on the turret. Then we see Hextech ultimating come across. Long here to clean up the kill. Trying to find the first one, that goes sweep. With one kill up to the top side, Long picks that one up.
And it's Long again. Yise surviving with 1 HP, but unfortunately Andy is not surviving with 1 HP. Long is just always at the right spot, always doing the right thing. And he's already participated in both kills in his team. This jungler is just unbelievable, Grandin.
I mean, honestly, a good job well done by Leviathan to actually find the kill in the first place onto Issa, right? But then not being able to get
They actually didn't get the kill. That's the beauty. He was at 1 HP.
Not being able to get the kill hurts them so much there.
Oh, like, their gank was good, as you said, right? Like, Leviatán is making good opportunities, but they just aren't able to execute it properly. But then you have Long, who does execute it perfectly.
Almost 1,000 gold up, by the way. Has to Triforce.
Crazy, right? How is he 1,000 gold ahead? He got invaded. All his champion pool got banned. He's 1,000 gold ahead. And then also Remake on that Morgana. He's also sitting on a 1,000 gold lead. And even though Leviatán has that Corki right now, I feel Nova can take this fight.
Package picked up here by Leviatán, so maybe this is the opportunity to start the fight off.
They're trading objectives, which is okay, you know. They are still up against that Corki. Why would they fight if they don't have to? They get the Cloud Dragon, which is an amazing dragon, especially for Long, by the way, because it allows him to rotate faster. It gives him movement speed.
Being able to move faster, giving them a little bit more space
Long is
there.
coming.
And the late game option, especially with the Elder Drake coming up, while up the top side, Nova is in a spot on treble. Lob shots are going to be used as they try to use the package to try to hold the Renekton in place on the turret. Remake running over as quickly as he can. The Renekton's still alive by so much time. Androck will go down to the Tormented Shadow. A double kill for Nova, a 1 for 2 in the top side.
I'm not quite sure why Yami did not attach to Yize right there. That could have been a quadra kill for Yize on the Renekton right there. It seemed like Yami on the Yuumi was perhaps a bit scared to attach to Yize. I know after that initial moment, it was the Corki package that held him back, but in the beginning, he could have definitely attached to Yize, and they could have won that fight right there very, very easily.
Well, they will make the safer play. Still works out in the end, but like you said, maybe it could have been a quadra kill.
It could have been a quadra kill for sure, because Remake was there as well on that Morgana. Yize was just playing it so passively. Yami was playing it so passively because he didn't want to give too many kills. He was like, sure, Yize dies, it's okay. But Yize didn't die. But
Nova still get 4k go up. So they're going to be happy about this one, I'm sure, as they do also find first tower in the bot side, despite not having Rift Herald.
Oh yeah, they get first tower, they get the dragon. Like, Nova is just playing a better game right now. And Leviatán did finish off a lot of important items. We can see 4 finished items, but then on the opposite side on Nova, we see 5 finished items. And especially Remake on that Morgana, building towards his second item already. Long on that Camus, gonna be building towards his second item too, because he's sitting on like nearly 6k gold, as opposed to the 3.8k gold by Andy.
So I do want to start bringing up a point. You know, while we have talked a lot about Long on the side of Nova, you've also been a big fan of Leviatán coming into the series. I'm looking towards Android right now because you've told me he's come in here, he's played a lot of tanks. The Jace was his main carry when he had to be the carry, but now he's playing the Fiora. Is this an upgrade? Is this a skill up for Leviatán, or is this a departure from the original style?
It's not working. It's not working for them. I mean, he's just not able to work it out. And when you play a lot of these tanks, you know, your playstyle revolves around being a tank. And then, you know, when you have that one champion that you play as a carry, which is the Jace, it got banned out. I just don't think Leviatán should be playing this Fiora. They're not really playing towards their strengths. As when you put Androck on a tank, he's gonna do a beautiful job as a tank. But when you put him on the Fiora, you're gonna give him a tough job to carry on a champion that he's not that he doesn't really play that much. Oh, he does see this coming though.
Nothing he can do about it.
Yeah.
Ripped out in the mid side, and Nova not in position to try and prevent this. And he's gonna be around, preparing for his knock-up.
Long is coming as well.
Billy starts running away. Rest of Nova start to collapse in. They're gonna take the set down. First set still has a showstopper. Gonna try and pull them away. Haymaker gonna be used, giving them a big shield. Remake gets knocked back here, pulled away by the Singed. Easy dives them on the turret. The Renekton trying to look for their first kill of the fight, but Nova Esports happy with the turret. Remake nearly getting taken down by Andy. Andy tries to dive into the mid side.
Leviatán just doesn't have enough damage. Oh my god!
Huge engage by Long. Gets the flash in with the hookshot. Takes down Lumesh.
Long is fearless. I mean, 1 versus 4. Gets a kill and gets out. This guy's crazy. This every champion was banned out against Long, by the way.
Yami comes in, gives some support over to Eater. Androck flashes out of danger.
Wow. I should stop talking about Long. Let's actually do that. So let's talk about the WRL as a region overall, right? We talk about them. They're always ahead in gold, regardless of what the game goes, regardless of how the game goes. Right now, 9 minutes into the game, Nova is ahead by 7,000 gold, which is a massive gold lead. We can see leads everywhere, and then the Baron lane is the least lead. I actually expected the Baron lane to go very badly for Leviatán, but Androck seems to be doing fine. And the reason is, by the way, Androck is pushing. He was pushing turrets, he got that top lane turret, so he secured that gold for himself.
Right, giving him some space, you know, he didn't have to worry so much about being killed, being dived. But a lot of action has been focused towards the top end when we saw Leviatán with the 4-man taking down Eater. But it is in those moments as well that we still see Nova fight back and trade beautifully through good, solid macro. I think Leviathan really have to catch them with something off guard.
And now it's going to be Long with Yami on that Yuumi as well. It's not just Long you're dealing with, it's a buffed Long. It's Long to the power of 2 because he has a Yuumi attached to him. You know, if Long wasn't scary enough, Yami on that Yuumi is going to be attached to him as well. It's going to be giving him the buffs, going to be giving him the shields, and then with that Death Dance on Long as well, it's going to be delaying damage. Whenever Long gets damage, he's going to be healing right back up.
And so you asked the question earlier, who does Yami attach to? Apparently the answer is Long. It doesn't matter what he plays. It's never wrong to hyper carry, hyper buff Long apparently.
And it's funny, like Nova seems to adapt their drafts and adapt their playstyle to like a Long hyper carry playstyle because they picked the Morgana, they picked the Yuumi. These are all to funnel Long. We've seen this happen with Team Queso as well. In their respective region, it worked incredibly well for them. There is a weakness to it, however, because you know you have that one player. If Long dies, then what is Nova gonna do? But the thing is, he's not gonna die, right?
He's just never gonna die.
Right.
Nova Esports are gonna keep him alive at whatever cost. Dragon started up for a second there, but Leviathan very quickly in position again, trying to wrestle control away from the Dragon Pit.
Nova still has their mid lane turret as well. It's sitting on a very low amount of HP, but Nova is going to take this fight too, right? Like, they don't care. They don't care that they have a whole breaker on Lucian. They're still going to take this fight because they should be able to win this very easily. Sitting in a comfortable 8,000 gold, this is just a free Dragon.
Yeah, Leviathan just really don't have any way to get into the pit right now. They don't have any instantaneous engage, not without the package.
Yeah, and Nova is not giving anything to Leviathan right now. They're taking everything. Like, you see a lot of teams, you know, they try to compromise. Like, sure, we can give the Dragon to Leviathan, we'll take top lane turret. But Nova thinks otherwise. Nova is taking every single thing. And it's not like, it's not only them taking it, it's also them denying it from Leviathan. Because Leviathan does have a very strong late game composition with that Singed, with the Corki, right? Like with the Fiora and Riven. But when you take every single Dragon, every single tower, like everything as Nova, you're not going to allow Leviathan to get to that late game.
Yeah, absolutely, right? You just keep squeezing them out the jungle. You know, you really deny them a lot of the golden EXP, and that's a big part of where this gold gap comes from, right? Because, frankly, 1 in 5, that's not a lot of kills, right? Yeah. You have a 4-kill advantage, but somehow you still see an 8,000 gold lead for Nova. A lot of that comes from being able to deny waves, deny jungle.
Yeah.
Dragon is just an extension of that.
It's just everything. Like, indeed, jungle, waves, a few kills, Dragon, like everything. Nova is just playing the everything game. They got everything, they're not giving anything to Leviathan, they're just denying so much gold. Because if you actually look at gold per minute, Leviathan hasn't been able to get much. Like 8,000 gold in 12 minutes, that's not like that's the average of Leviathan, and that's not a lot of gold for them. Oh, we see Nova going for a push as well.
This is interesting. They might be able to find a catch here on the Androck. Androck does manage to use the repulse, but still goes down. It's a difficult spot for the Fiora to play from. Nova Esports using their Rift Town and playing phenomenally well.
Lumesh, your team is losing the base. You cannot be split pushing on that Singed. You have to go back.
He's got to get back, but he's not making his recall in time. The Rift Town will find a second charge. A second turret over to Nova, their 5th one of the game.
Oh, this is a tragedy for Leviathan right there. They're just getting absolutely rolled over by Nova. Man, this is crazy. This is the number 3 team from China. This is the number 1 team yet again from Leviathan. We saw the number 1 team from Europe already get destroyed. We're seeing the number 1 team from the WL get destroyed. We're gonna see the number 1 team from the WNS get destroyed later today as well. What is happening with China right now?
Firing shots, throwing shade. We're not even at that point of the day yet, and Health is already going at the WNS.
I'm sorry, Grandin. I have to go on someone after EU lost so hard, and Andy's trying to look for something, but it's just not working.
Lost Chapter comes across in the mid lane, a fight breaks out, but Nova Esports are the ones to go in, the aggressors to start this one off. Long flashes forward, looking for the catch onto Andy. The face breaker will prevent that from happening.
Long is just sitting on full HP. He's not even taking any damage. It's just crazy. Like, there is honestly absolutely no way Leviathan wins this game. Unless this game goes to like a 30-minute game, where Lumesh gets a full build Singed, where Kite gets a full build Corki, and even then, like, how do you deal with Long on that Camille? You know, when Camille's kills harder in the late game than a lot of different champions.
Oh, T1 managed to do something.
T1 managed to do something, but T1 was not against Nova. This is a whole different beast of a team.
All right, let's see how this one plays out. He's looking for the solo kill onto Kite. Kite will go into stasis, but the Ignite not able to finish off the kill. The Renekton still in the mid lane has his flash going for him. Nian starts to rock in, looking for the calling, looking for the kills, and a double happens in the mid side. Meanwhile, off by the side as well, and he falls. Nova Esports poised to take game number 1.
I mean, look at this, Grandin. It's just nothing from Leviatán right now. Leviatán is just getting absolutely rolled over. This is their debut to the stage, but they just got absolutely destroyed by Nova Esports.
A strong demonstration here from Nova as they take game number 1 in the series between Nova and Leviatán.
Oh yeah, and the question is, can Leviatán make the comeback? I mean, again, this looked like a whole different kind of a beast of a team. Like, how do you win against a team like Nova? Obviously not by banning away Long, because you're still gonna lose to Long. You have to accept that.
I have only one thing to say in response to that, Hells.
What is it?
Bam, Nova Esports.
Then we'll shake the hand here, but then we'll punish elsewhere on the map.
The sun setting over a ski slope. An orange sunset behind a blue mountain.
Keep
How
going,
poetic,
TJ.
how poetic. I would like to
I'll listen to
for
your
more.
radio play.
Yep.
Rough times for Leviatán.
Yeah.
That's how the radio play ends.
Yeah, I mean, there's still that game number 2, right? They've already made an attempt on Long's life, basically early game, but at the same time, they have to up the defense, right, on every single lane to make sure that turret plates, that deaths do not happen, because I feel like that's the first step, getting Long. Second step, stabilizing that early game.
And the secret to doing that, right, is knowing where Long is going to be and
Yeah.
responding to that. And sometimes that response is, okay, well, we have a deep ward, we know Long's headed to the top side, we're going to match him there, we're going to 3v3 and we're going to win. Which I think Leviatán legitimately could do. They have good enough mechanical players. The other thing they could be doing that I want to see them doing is, okay, Long is in the top side, let's take a turret down bottom while he's distracted.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see them counter-punching on the map, especially with a draft like this, with a Singe to his so